Hi guys, Ralph here. I'm having a nightmare with this Spectrum. Right, I'm not sure if this is even going to make it into a video, to be honest, but I'm carrying on with the +2 at my own speed. Right, here is what's happened so far. We've got some parts ordered for this, and they'll be coming soon, hopefully anyway. I found out there's a problem with, you know, this was all rusted and parts were missing, the guy apparently said, but the LED on the front of here really didn't glow up at all. So I've ordered a new one, got a new one, and when I turn the power supply on, which I've now got fixed, there was a fuse that were blown inside. There were two fuses inside, one kind of up underneath, up here sort of area, and the other one was actually on the board kind of here. That's a smaller one anyway, so that will blow quite easily. So when I turn this on now, very bright LED. Now, when I turn the actual computer on, this is working at the moment, but I've got a blue border, black in the middle, and every so often it flashes blue. A darker blue, a normal blue. So something's not right. So I've ordered RAM for it to try and discount that. I've ordered another cap kit for this because I'm not too happy about these caps anyway, so I'll get these fully changed, including the one that I missed. Well, missed it on purpose because it fully wasn't actually needed. Well, I didn't think it was, because there was no problem, because it was going to get fixed straight away. I've got other bits and bats ordered, I'm sure I have, but at the minute it's a nightmare. But it's kind of, this video, if it does make, like I say, if it does make it to a video, this will be out when, if ever, it's fixed. So just hang in there with me at least anyway. If I do publish this, then I'll see what happens. Also, I've had a problem with the motor on here. The cables, everything back together again. This was done, and everything was fine. And both the cables come off of the motor down here, the red and black cables. So there's a lot of dry, that was a dry solder, I think it's like weak cables. Hopefully these shouldn't move now, shouldn't do anything with it being out of the way, but you never know. So let's plod along and see what I can do. And I'll replace the ROM on that and see what else I've got ordered. And as there were some packages more, I need to go through them and see what's actually arrived and see what we can actually play about with. So bear with me a minute. Okay, package is opened. I've already opened the one from Bright Components. He's got an eBay shop. A pack of 10 of these old style rectangular LEDs. Absolutely brilliant. Exactly, well, virtually the same. They're a little bit thinner, to be honest, but I've mounted it on the circuit board properly, not with some wires like I did in the second video in the part 2. So they're done, that's on, that's perfect. I'm really happy. Thank you very much, Bright Components. Retrolium. I do go on about Retrolium, they're absolutely brilliant. Ordered these Sunday, it's now Tuesday. Everything turned up. I've got 4 ROM, try on that. I've got 2 cap kits. Now, you've already seen I've got a +3. I need to recap. So there's not many there, but this, he only sells the ones for the +3. However, there's exactly the same 100 ultrafarad and 1 ultrafarad for the +3. So I bought 2 +3 kits, which the +3 kit will go in that. I guarantee you that. There's nothing for the tape player mechanism because they were already done. So I'm fine with that. And the tape player, ah, come on, I've left the power supply switched off. There you go. Works like a charm. Lovely. So I'm happy with that working. I'm not happy with it actually, whether or not it actually loads anything or not. I just don't know yet. We'll need to get this fully working. So I need to try the RAM and see if we can get anywhere. I'm going to keep this one side for the +3, which we'll get round to as soon as possible. It still looks a bit mucky on there. I want to put extra new solder on top of that or not. I don't know whether that's acceptable to do anyway, but I might just do that. Resolder each one of these, try and make them more shiny and cleaner. So let's get on with testing see what I can do. And before I carry on, yeah, sorry about feeling a bit fed up. It's getting me down this a little bit. It's kind of, it should work, and it doesn't. I knew there were problems. It was a gamble at 25 quid to see whether or not this worked or not. And I know I've got a parts bin here that I could make more money on if I wanted to. This isn't a donation. This is my own money gone into this. So I could easily make quite a few quid on this by selling it as parts, because there's definitely people out there desperate for a new keyboard, for the parts, for the tape deck and whatever else. Just strip it down, finish their projects off. So yeah, sorry if I've been feeling a bit down. We'll get better, I'm sure, as the build or as the rebuild goes on. Yay! Okay, new RAMs installed. Got the original ones here. You can tell there are, well, actually I can't because I can't see the screen. The AMS ×4 chips. These were originally in there anyway. I've changed them with some nice new. God, let me zoom you in on that one. From Retrolium. Ah, no. Yeah, those puppies. So 4 in, 4 out. I recommend using a proper tool for pulling them out. Right, this is the first level of whether or not this thing works or not. So obviously get one of your tools, either side of the chip, nice and gentle, whittling out and pull out. Right. So this is the first test. Don't know if it'll work or not. Got the coax in. I need to do something with the RGB. So let's turn her on the switch now. Oh, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, ta-da! It actually works. Okay, so the picture's not bad. I've got a yellow in, yellow, bit of blue in on these colours, but it is, in fact, a +2A. So, drive M available. Available for what? Parties, bookings? Ah, so a RAM issue was definitely the problem here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So that only cost me, I think, I don't know, were it 10? Was it 6? Was it? I don't know how much it was. But that's from Retrolium. Massive thank you, Retrolium, for selling me some wonderful RAM that works. Don't know what I'm doing with the old one. I should put it in my R. Bin nothing. Bin nothing should be my motto. Maybe I could put them away for future, maybe make some sort of art project from it. Okay, so that's got +3 basic, calculator, loader, and 64 basic. So it works. Do I need to recap? I don't know. I need to do something with this. I need to test whether or not this actually works, because I don't know why the RGB didn't work on the last one, unless there's a different configuration between the +2 grey and the +2 normal. I don't know. So let me get this cable plugged in and see if it works. Right, that's plugged in. Been switched on for a few minutes. This is definitely on, working, I'm sure. Let me get the TV channel changed over. I wonder why I got a problem. Dumbass. Right, AV2 component. There's nothing there. Options, no, wrong button. Come on, Ralph. There is kind of, it's either a component or a composite port, but for some reason this TV doesn't read either properly. So I'm thinking there might be a problem with the Ataris. Just still got an ongoing problem with analog setup. Come on, Ralph, figure this one out. Glad you're not looking at this. You're going, no, not that one. Right, AV2, that's on. Let's have it on component. No, there's no picture. Auto. It's a good telly, this one, but it's a pain in my arse. So go for AV2 and go home. Yeah, there's nothing there. All I can think is it must be a different cable. Has to be a different cable between the +2 and the +2A. So for the time being, we're going to be using the coax. Maybe we'll make a composite out from that instead of doing one from that, because I don't know whether or not there's any issues that with the diodes, like the +2 grey. So at least so far it is actually working. Yeah, because that's back on the TV now. Because it says 128 plus 2A loader. Right, so for the time being, we're up and running. Time being on that one, we're not. So let's dig into what else we can find to get right on this +2. I might have to try the keyboard, to be honest. Yeah, need to try that. Right, we're not fully back together yet. Plugged in the keyboard, plugged in the power cable, the cassette player. There's no other part there. You can see the circuit boards underneath. I'm trying not to short anything out, but you know me, clumsy sod. So let's power on, lights on, loader program in. Right. Right, I've got the volume off on here. I know I have. That's 12. Unplug that. Right. You can hear that. Calculator? No? Let's go with that. For some reason return doesn't work. A lot of keys aren't working. Obviously. Okay, Future's 8-bit, where are you? Right, the 8-bit's in, that booted up, showing 82 Amstrad. Right, I can do a keyboard. Return, Y. I think the membrane is gone. So what we'll do, I'll reboot that. This is reset button. I'll press that one. I'm using the yeah, that's definitely a membrane problem. So what I'm gonna do? Order a membrane. Yay! Well, at least we're getting somewhere with this. That's quite good. So definitely half the keyboard works, half the keyboard doesn't. Does explain why there's a lot of goo and crap. And there was always a potential that this would be broken anyway. I mean, there's a part there which looks like it's broken. My thumb is. So we'll get this back out again, which is not a problem. It's kind of separate to everything else. At least we know the board's working. These chips are working, which is fine. If they weren't, I'll consider whether or not I will want to recap with the cap kit or leave it as is. I don't really need to recap it. It will work. Works with a Future's 8-bit card. Everything just seemed to want to do what it wants to do, which is great. So let's say it was just a ROM issue. And I'll get back to you another day. Well, another day for me, about 20 seconds for you. And when I've got a new membrane, let's swap this one round. And like I said, we've had that to pieces before, but we can do something more. I might even polish the back case actually. We're looking at what the +3 is. Oh, spoilers by the way. We're looking at the +3 is yeah, probably might need a good clean. Better clean than what that already is, so I'll get back to you at a later date and see what I can do with the rest of this. Right, I've been fettling. It's like I say, it'll be a few seconds for you anyway, just to jump straight over, but I've been fettling. I've actually had a play with this, with the +2. It turns out I didn't, well, it's impossible to get a membrane anyway. I kind of fear the worst. It's just scoring marks and there's nothing much wrong with the membrane. It looks worse than what it is, and it's a lot of goo and crap on there. It's on the end of its life anyway, I think. But it's not the keyboard, it's not the membrane's problem. I've tested this already. It was actually both of the edge connectors in here. There were dry solder joints on this, so it wasn't making all of these contact as perfect as it should be. So, what I'm going to do now, I've screwed this board back down, tested already. I'm jumping in for you guys anyway, but, you know, these things I'd have to test before I try anyway. So, I'm nearly finished. There's only one thing I need to do for this. And if I can actually get one, well, actually, yeah, I'm winding her up here. This is complete, that's why I'm putting it together. This has been quite a few days since my last video on this anyway. So let's close that down. I'm trying to trap the membrane as I close the lid anyway, which is fine. Done and done. Screws in here. Right, 2 short ones go in the sides. Need to buy some feet with this. Black ones go in the end, because you're going to see them. Top and the top. Oh, I can't get that on. Right, come on. I'm eager now. I think this is actually it. This is me done now. That's alright. I want to try to be careful. I don't usually succeed. I want to try to be careful. Yeah, come on. Come on to the end now. There we go. Done. Oh, just think if I haven't put a plug in properly. Right, we'll use the power supply on the bench at the moment, which is fine. Plug her in, turn her on. TV's not on. Done, in, sorted. Like I said, I've already done this, already put this in. It's working absolutely perfect. It goes round. I actually had a problem with the power supply before, but it was the fuse that had gone in the power supply. So I'd been a bit too eager and blown the fuse again. So that's twice I blew that fuse. But what I'm really eager with is this is complete, this is working, this is done, this is showing on the telly, and I'm very, very happy with it. But also I'm happy with getting this complete. I'm putting final key in place. Effing marvellous, shall we say. It struck a look actually getting the edge connectors to see what they were, because it is literally impossible to get a +2 to yeah, the membrane. Nobody makes them. There's aftermarket stuff for the Plus and the 48Ks, or the ones with the old keyboard. With this sort of style keyboard, it's impossible to get. So, job complete, job done. A little bit of marks and yeah, I've cocked up there. It's as good as I need it, because this can be a really good working Spectrum in the garage that I can play about with. So, yeah. I'm happy that I've actually got this one working. Brilliant. 25 quid for this. Absolutely spot on, £25, working like a dream. So, that is the end of the Spectrum Plus 2, Part 3. Not the Part Plus 3, Part... yeah, forget about it. So the Plus 2 is done, it's going to go on the shelf, going to a little bit more cleaning up, not too much fettling it, it's fine as it is. Just rub some more dirt into it, why don't you, Ralph? But yeah, absolutely spot on for 25 quid, part of my collection now. So anyway, if you've enjoyed that, please like, subscribe. If you're a first timer on the channel, please comment and say hello. Yeah. Didn't think I'd actually get this one working. I actually thought this would be a parts bin for something else. But no, managed to get it working and get it done. I've had a labour of love, but it's been a pain in the arse. But yeah, thanks for watching anyway. Hope you've learned something. I have learned. Every time I do these, I'm learning more and more about the Spectrums. So we've got another one on the shelf to display off to anybody who comes down to the garage. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.